Hi everyone, it's Belinda here from Manotick Florists. Today is Sunday, my day at home, and it's a rainy summer day. And I decided this afternoon would be a wonderful time to dip out into my little wild garden here, where I have some mint that has decided to go off on its own, wildly growing. And since I am a wild mint tea lover, I thought I would share with you how to make mint tea from your garden. And my kittens have decided to join me out here in the rain. And I'm also going to show you how you can use your mint that's in your dish gardens that you might have gotten earlier this spring. So now's the time that you can have a little clip, and it's perfect for a rainy summer morning afternoon drink. So I will pick this mint right here and making it into a cup of tea. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, so I'm in my kitchen now, out of the rain, and I've got out my teapot. But instead of putting my teapot, I decided I'm going to use one of my favorite mugs. Isn't that pretty? My husband brought that back when he went over to China for a visit. And this is a special teacup to make loose tea in. So this is the little pot. See the little holes here? That we place the leaves inside and into the pot. And then we'll be pouring the water, hot water in, lid on, and we let it start plucking off the leaves. So they're going to go so nicely, and they're going to taste so good. And seeing I have to do this one hand, I'm thinking the scissors might be a little easier. And here's a couple here. I don't want the stems, I just want the leaves. The stems are pretty bitter tasting. It's the leaves that give off the flavor and the aroma. Anyway, I'll continue on clipping them. And I don't want the leaves that are too close to the pretty little blooms up here, because they say the closer it gets to the bloom, the more bitter the leaves. So I'm not going to take a chance today. Be very careful when you're planting and where you're planting your mint. It does spread wildly. Its root system is below the surface of the soil, so it runs underground, and it can just take off like crazy and get into your grass. So may I suggest that you, if you don't want to keep control of it on a daily basis, that you put it in a container. And now that we have at the shop and in greenhouses in the spring, beautiful container arrangements of herbs and spices, and some of them you'll find the mint in it. Or you just want to start off your own container of mint. That would be great too. But just be forewarned that it does grow wildly and gets out of control if you let it. There we go. So I'm going to gather these up, and I'm going to place them into my teapot. I think that might be enough for this one pot. I've got a lot of leaves here, so I'm going to be doing some other things with it that I'm going to show you later in another video, and maybe even make another pot to have cool. Now I'm just going to pop over here, trusty kettle. Okay, let's see now. Let's just pour it over the tea leaves. There we go. On with the lid of my pretty mug, and we're just going to let it steep there for a little while. And in the meantime, I am going to get a couple of other things to show you what I can do with some mint. So now I'm outside again while I'm waiting for my tea to brew. I thought I'd share with you some of my little herb pots that I got this spring, the same time you would have. This is just on my back step here. This one is rosemary. It's already been harvested, and in there I think there was some parsley as well as sage, and we already harvested that. And there's my cute little angel. I always put a little bit of rose petals in there just as a little blessing and a little spike of color. And then I have one on the other step, and he's up in the pot here. I'll tell you why. It's because he got infected with little earwigs. I believe they're all gone now. I don't see any popping up to the surface. And people ask me what do I do when this happens? Because inevitably it does, unfortunately, happen here. And good old-fashioned soapy water, that's the most organic pesticide that I can possibly think of, and it holds true and works every time with me. All I do is just take a jug of detergent that I use for my dishes in the sink, in a jug of warm, but not too hot, just like a little on the warmer side water, and water my plants with that. And off they scurry off because they don't like soap. And I just keep up with it, so it keeps the bugs away after that. And it also tends to work as a natural fertilizer. I don't fertilize my spices. If I do, I will go to the greenhouses and ask them for organic, because I am eating it and I don't want to ingest any chemicals. So in here I have my mint has already been harvested, I got to admit, and I have some parsley. This is on its third crop of the summer. We're now well into August, and then a rosemary bush that I have harvested as well, and it continues. They're pretty hardy, and my chives are on another round again, because I love chives in my egg sandwiches and my salads. So it got harvested pretty quick, so hopefully it'll come back. And now I'm going to take this pod in for the summer, and hopefully it'll keep producing next year. What I love about these, when you have one, just take your hand and rub them across the, there's some, what do you call that seed? I guess it's marjoram or sage, that's it. And then your hands get the oils, and then give them a smell. It smells so good. It's very healing, and it's also reminds me of turkey dinner. So, dressing. So anyway, that's my outdoor containers, and just outside my step here. And there's my kitty cat. That's my Bobby McGee. So they're just right available. So even when it is downpouring, when I did have mint, I can just give them a little clip and off to tea. So now the tea should be ready, so let's go in. Come on, Bobby, let's go have some tea. Come on. I've made my tea with this mug, and we're going to come over to the sink. Take off my lid. Out come my leaves. And I might even use it again for another pot to steep. And there we go. Beautiful mug of tea. Cheers to you. You know what? That is divine. Absolutely divine. So I am going to take my tea into my dining room